So I had some other work being done to this truck. After getting it back, it had a pretty bad exhaust leak. So I had seen that there was a clamp missing from here. It pretty much rotted off. This is the original exhaust on an 03 truck. So 20 years old. That clamp just, rotted off. So they put a new clamp on there, and squeezing it, as I demonstrated before, you got exhaust leak here and on this side from kind of mushrooming it or squashing it. But now that I took that clamp off, I also see there's a rust hole right through there. So we're going to try this other wraparound clamp and see how that works. See if it eliminates some of that. All right, so on the left here, you got your pretty standard U-bolt exhaust clamp. That one, as you can see, the threads failed when I was taking it off. It turned a couple of times and then they just snapped off. And those clamps are typically designed for kind of single use. And as you tighten them up and try to squeeze everything together real tight, the metal on the U-bolt stretches, and it's not recommended to reuse those typically. And I don't know, some people may get lucky, but if it snaps when you put it on, something's gone wrong, obviously. And these were pretty close to snapping, and they snapped pretty quick. On the right here, I have what I'm going to try to replace that with, this wraparound clamp. I don't know if you can tell, it's got two different diameters. Muffler and then exhaust going into the muffler, and we're going to see if we can't get rid of some of that exhaust sound that's going on there, exhaust leak that I demonstrated with the paper towel. It's an 03 truck, original exhaust. That previous U-bolt rotted off of there. I had some other electrical work being done on there, and we threw that clamp on hoping to eliminate the exhaust leak that seemed to get worse after I got the truck back. And I didn't stick my head under there and see all that rust, like that rust hole that was blown through pretty much where the clamp used to be. So we're going to try this wraparound, see if we can kind of seal everything up there and see how it sounds after. See what happens. Alright, so the beauty of this thing is I don't have to take this apart, separate it or anything. You just remove the hardware and you just wrap it around. Now I banged on the side of this a little bit. I couldn't really get in here that good to see if I could, reshape the pipe a little, because it is a little bit flared from that other clamp. But we'll get this going here and see how it brings everything together the way we'd like it to. I kind of slide it back until I feel it hit the ridge there, and then put this other hardware on. Sometimes it's nice to have three hands. There we go. And I don't know, some people might stick some RTV in there or something as also. But I'm just going to go with it like this and see if it draws everything together nice enough to make a difference in the sound and eliminate that leaking. I'm concerned about this side here because I wasn't able to squeeze that pipe down. And I think, I'm going to take this back off and I'm going to see if I can get like a big channel lock on there or something and just draw that down. Because I don't want to reshape this wrap too much. I know it will conform a bit to the surfaces, but I want to try to get it as good as I can get it before I put this on, as round as I can get it, and we'll see what happens here. It really didn't take much. I just kind of banged on it a little bit with this pipe from this side, and it's pretty malleable. So I'm thinking that another thing I noticed when I took this off is I didn't really need to take all that hardware off. You can get it. So anyways, the pipes are pretty malleable, which I don't know, another way to say that would be almost fragile. We'll see. And so we'll see how they conform to this when I really crank it tight. Hopefully everything seals up. That's the hope and the goal anyways. So I'll show the brand I use and everything. It was more about availability and design than loyalty to a brand or anything. It's just what I could find. Where I am, there is a Napa store here, but they have very limited stuff, and they order stuff up from Anchorage. And so I was down that way the other day, and I was able to find this. And here we are. So we'll see how it does. It's drawn pretty darn tight. And I chose to put this on the bottom, not just because it's easier to get at, but most of the leak, there's that leak on the bottom too, and it's got me second guessing if I should swing it up to the top. I didn't really look the pipe over real good on top. But there's a leak on the bottom here too, where the clamp was that I showed you earlier in the video. You know what, I'm going to swing this up on the top real quick. I think I like that better. Plus all this stuff won't be hanging down, if I'm driving through the tall grass and stuff, snagging. I'll snag and grab stuff, and then you'll smell that burning. Next thing you know, you got a small grass fire under your vehicle. So there we go, just swinging on up there. I don't know that this is the prescribed usage of this. I think it's more for a real fancy exhaust system with the intent of, having a nice seal, nice brand new exhaust system fitting together beautifully. Whereas I'm using it to try to take the cheap way out and not replace a bunch of, muffler parts or exhaust pipe parts. And I still see a little bit of a gap there, but we're gonna see as we draw everything tight. I feel it's definitely going to be an improvement. Will it totally solve my problem? We're going to find out. But I'll start it up and see how it sounds and take it for a ride. So I don't know how well that represents sound quality, but it is an improvement. And again, I don't believe this is designed for what I'm using it for. I thought I'd give it a shot. Definitely an improvement. I still see a little gap over on this side and a little bit up towards the top. Represent that right up here. And when I held the paper towel there, it was, getting blown around a little bit. And again, I don't know how well I represented that. I'll tinker with it. It could be positional, maybe put some heat resistance, high temperature RTV or something in there and see how it works. This is a secondary truck for me. It's parked most of the time. It's kind of a work truck hauling, and so I'm just trying to take the easy way out and, not spend a lot of money on it, but I may have to bite the bullet. We'll see how picky I am about it. But when I ripped up and down the road a little bit and got on it, I get definite noticeable improvement. If I was putting in new exhaust, I would probably opt for this over the standard U-bolt. Just much nicer, better connection, and just to make a good sealed system, good airflow, no leaks. A lot of guys are chasing after sound quality on what type of muffler and exhaust system they put on, and I would think this would only contribute to that, achieving that tone that they're looking for. Anyways, that's pretty much it. So this wasn't really to show you how to fix this particular option as much as it was just sharing with anyone interested in other options that are available out there other than a U-bolt, and just show how it works and all of that. So hopefully it was helpful. I guess that's about it on this topic, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.